Today, we are going to study about covalent bond. Covalent bond is formed by the sharing of a pair of electrons. Molecules and covalent compounds are formed by covalent bonding. Covalent bonds are of three types: single covalent bond, one pair of electrons are shared; double covalent bond, two pair of electrons are shared; triple covalent bond, three pairs of electrons are shared. Let us do some examples to understand covalent bond. Now, example number one, chlorine molecule. So chlorine comes in the halogen group. So the halogens, most of the halogen form diatom and they form by single covalent bond. Let's draw the structure and understand how bonding takes place in chlorine. Chlorine has an electronic configuration of 2, 8 and 7. Now let's draw the structure of chlorine. Now these are the two atoms of chlorine. We can write Cl in both the atoms, showing the atoms of chlorine, and for one of the chlorine you can write dot showing the electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and the seventh electrons. The other chlorine we can use a cross. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now you'll see that each chlorine atom has 8 electrons, though they are sharing one pair of electron, but if you count the number of electrons in each chlorine, they have 8 electrons. So in this way they complete their octet. So sharing of one pair of electron takes place in chlorine. We can also draw finally by showing a single stroke telling us that it is a single covalent bond. So we can write down SINGLE, single covalent bond. And how did it form? It formed by sharing of one pair of electrons. So this is the first example. Let's move on to the next example. Covalent bond in oxygen. Oxygen has an atomic number of 8. So its electronic configuration will be 2 and 6. Now let us draw the structure of chlorine atom. And we can write down oxygen for oxygen, and then for one of the atom we can use dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 for the first one, and you can use a cross for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can use a dot. 1, 2, and the next one 1, 2. So you will see that each atom has 8 electrons and therefore they complete their octet. So here we see there are two pair of electrons are shared. We can also write it or show it by writing oxygen and then a two stroke showing double bond and then another oxygen, and it is a double 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 covalent bond. And how does double covalent bond take place? It takes place by sharing two pair of electrons. So we see oxygen molecule formed by sharing of two pair of electrons. So therefore we call it as double covalent bond. Let's move on to the third example. Nitrogen molecule. Nitrogen has an electronic configuration of 2 and 5, atomic number 7, so 2 and 5. Let's draw the atom of nitrogen. So these are the two atoms of nitrogen. Now each nitrogen has 5 electrons, so we can draw a dot for that. 1 2 3 4 5. This is for the first nitrogen and the next nitrogen. Let's put a cross for it. 1 2 3 4 5. So each nitrogen over here is sharing 3 electrons. So altogether they are sharing 3 pairs of electrons. So each nitrogen atom has 6 7 8 and 6 7 8. We can also show it by writing N, and so triple stroke for triple bond, and this is how it looks. So we can write down triple covalent bond. And how did this triple covalent bond take place? It took place by sharing of 3 pair of electrons. Let's move on to the fourth example. Now this molecule is of carbon dioxide. Carbon has an atomic number of 6, so its electronic configuration will be 2 and 4, and oxygen has an atomic number of 8, so its electronic configuration will be 2 and 6. Now let us draw the structure of carbon dioxide. The first thing we draw is we show the carbon, and then there are 2 oxygen. So in the center we can write down C, and how many electrons does carbon has? 4. So we can put a cross for each electron. 1 2 3 4. And then the other oxygen has 6 electrons, so we can use a dot for it. So 1 2 3 4, and we can put 5 and 6, and the other oxygen 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So each oxygen is sharing 2 electrons, and altogether carbon, we'll see that's sharing 2 pairs of electron and 2 pairs of electron. We can also write it down as carbon the center sharing of 2 pairs of electron, and here again with another oxygen this is sharing 2 pair of electron. So we can call this bond as double covalent bond. And how did this take place? This took place by sharing of 2 pair of electrons. So we can see there is double covalent bond. I hope you have understood this.